Welcome to the Julie Laughton Living Podcast, the place to get advice, tips, and tricks to building the life and luxury home of your dreams with 30-year business owner, designer, and builder, Julie Laughton. It all starts with a good plan. This is Julie Laughton Living.
Welcome back to the Julie Laughton Podcast. Today we're going to talk about how to prepare for your remodel or your new build, whatever you may happen to be doing. And before we do, don't forget to check out my 7 simple steps, because no matter what you do and who you work with, you need to know what you're in for. And the 7 simple steps outlines the whole process. It gives you a good overview of what's going to happen and what the process is. So check it out. Okay, so when you do your remodel, or you say, I'm going to do this remodel and I'm going to get this is what I want. It all starts with, the idea of, oh my God, I think I'm ready to start this. Oh my God, I'm kind of overwhelmed. And, you got to bite the bullet and just pick the start date. And then if you're, it's a couple usually that owns a home together or not. But the point is, if you have a partner, everybody's got to be on the same page is my point. So it's a group effort to say, we're ready. Oh my God. And then you got to go through, are we really ready? And do we have the finances? Do we have the time? And can our lives be interrupted right now? So you got to think about all this stuff and get ready. But then it turns into, what do I want? And what do I need? Because what you want and what you need are two different things. And as they say, it's been known, you get what you need before you get what you want. So your needs are usually the fundamentals, and the wants are, okay, I want a rooftop pool. Okay, so, their wants could be something unaffordable. I want, something that's you've seen in TikTok or Instagram, and I got to have that. But then you find out how much it costs. So that's a want. So the needs are the fundamentals. I need a new kitchen. I need all my bathrooms redone. I need outdoor living. I want a pool. I want a jacuzzi. I want, all new hardscape and all new landscape. And so, the fundamentals are usually, my house is falling apart. I need to fix it. And then the wants are the dream or the wish list. And then that all comes together and goes into the plan and turns into your budget. So it's kind of fun, but it starts with your ideas of what you need and versus what you want, and then they come together, and that creates the plans and the budget. So when you're going through this, what do I need? What do I want? The easiest way to do it, seriously, is just to collect photos, because every single photo you pick has something in it which tells us what you want. And that what you want is that feeling, that look. And that might not translate to you into maintenance and cost, but it's what you want to see. Because let's say you give me a picture of a bathroom that's all a big wet room with all these fancy shower heads and this floating tub and this wonderful stone slab walls and this beautiful mosaic floor. That translates into me as, what are the slabs? Are they real marble or are they porcelain? And because that translates, that to me, then I got to figure out what's your budget, because if you pick these slabs in the picture that are $10,000 a slab, that's out of the question for most people. So then I say, well, let's just do the porcelain version, which is, maybe $2,000 or $3,000 a slab. So you got to take your pictures and translate that into reality of what are the actual materials, by asking your designer to give you the options, because your picture says 1,000 words and all the prices are in there, and there's options on the prices, from man-made materials to natural stone, is really what it boils down to, in all budgets for the finishes. So the pictures are the way to start, because you'll realize when you start picking your pictures, which is kind of fun, because people are like, I don't know what I want, and I just know what I want when I see it. So if you start pulling pictures, all the pictures will start to look alike. And it's kind of fun, because it is you and your brain picking it, and you will come up with your own style. It'll be right there in the pictures. It's quite simple, but it's like a little flashcard thing. And then I take the pictures and narrow it down. So it's a fun process, but the design process with your architect and your interior designer is simply a process of organizing your thoughts into a finished product. Okay, so when you start your process, you got to have the humans that you work with, and that's the team. Because I, not to sound terrible, I'm the only one I know that does this as a one-stop shop, literally with the architecture involved and the 5 engineers, the interior design, the custom kitchens, and the contracting is one human, one person, and it's fun and I enjoy it. But when you go out to find your person, wherever you're at, you're going to have to find a team. And you might find an architect that does interior design. That would be great. Then you just need the contractor. But it starts with the 3. And then the architect will lead you down the path of the structural engineer, the soils engineer, the topo survey, the Title 24, and the civil engineer. So you need all those guys behind the plans, because you can't get permanent plans for a new construction without those 5 engineers. And they go with the architectural set. So there you go. You got 5, 6, 7, 8 people, and then you might have a pool guy separate, or you might have an AV guy separate, but they fall under the contractor. But then you have a landscape architect. So now you're up to 11. So the key to all this is that they know each other. But before that, you have to pick the person that you can handle working with, because all of us humans, we react to the people personalities. It's not what people are saying, it's how they're making you feel. Do you feel, can you trust this person? Do you respect this person? Do they got your back? Do they go at your speed? Like, I go really fast, but I don't go this fast, in front of the client. I go through the process in a timely manner, but is that person, do you like them? I mean, can you handle their personality? Because some people just don't mix well, because maybe they're the same personality, then they clash. But if you're up for it, in interviewing 2 or 3 of each, then you'll quickly find out who you like, and then each person you meet should know the rest of the team already. You shouldn't be putting strangers together. You should let your team form themselves by their referral process, because they have to respect each other and work together and have worked together before, because it's a disaster if they don't know each other and they don't work together, and then they start fighting and pointing fingers. So anyway, but you got to find the person that you can handle working with, meaning your personality's got to jive, because you're going to know this person for 2 years or more, and then your contractor is stuck with you for 10 years. So you got to like each other and respect each other. So if you start your remodel with an open mind about who you're working with, and knowing that you need to trust your professionals, but you got to pick the people you enjoy working with, of course, and respect. But the whole process is trust the professional. Don't micromanage. Don't be owner builder in any way. But trust the process. Follow the steps. Follow the rules of the process, which is everybody does a different thing. And your part as the client is to participate, make decisions in a timely manner, and be available during the process. So that's really your only part. And participate and follow along in time, so nothing gets delayed. And the importance of that is it falls on you to, again, just participate and be available. But if you want to know all about this, just look at the 7 simple steps, because I have outlined it so you have a guide and you know what to expect. There's no surprises. And then your team will explain it to you as you go. But it's supposed to be a fun and enjoyable process, because you're creating something together. You're building your dream home together, and it's supposed to be fun. So good luck, but use the 7 simple steps before you get started. And thank everybody for joining me on this podcast, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Julie Laughton Living. For more information or to connect with Julie one-on-one, visit julielaughtonliving.com. And don't forget, it all starts with a good plan.